This is a CitrusTV News special report.
The University Senate has just voted in favor of canceling in-person classes for the rest of the week. Good evening, I'm Jenna Bree.
And I'm Jack Watson. The vote is simply a recommendation to the administration. It is the administrators who have the power to enact it. Chancellor Kent Syverud pledged following the vote that a decision will be sent out to students by midnight.
The Senate was addressed the racist incidents reported on campus. Several student protesters spoke at the meeting, along with SU staff expressing their concerns with the administration.
We heard from Chancellor Kent Syverud as that meeting began. Syverud says there were 12 incidents reported with a small number of students allegedly responsible. Syverud also made clear his disgust with the racist actions.
But this is Syracuse. This is 2019. I do not accept this hatred here and now. This is not who Syracuse is at its best, and it is not who we can let ourselves become. We just cannot let our students of color, our Jewish students, our Asian students, or any of our students or faculty and staff be afraid on this campus because of who they are.
We have team coverage to break down what we just heard. Gabrielle Caracciolo is live at the Barnes Center to tell us how protesters are responding to the University Senate meeting and what they are doing before the open forum tonight.
But first, we're going to bring in our reporter, Conor Wight, who is live at the Maxwell School with a recap of the University Senate meeting. Conor.
Guys, I'm live outside of Maxwell Hall, where an SU Senate meeting just left. They started at around 4 o'clock, and they actually went 40 minutes over time. That was mainly to allow a lot of debate over one bullet point on a resolution that included other points, like ensuring that the administration did not retaliate against students participating in the protest, and to decrease the amount of response time the DPS had to report racial incidents from 48 hours to 24 hours. Now, the bullet point in question was whether or not the administration should cancel face-to-face classes for over Thursday and Friday until Thanksgiving break. Now, there was a lot of debate around this, including at one point, people supported an amendment to take that bullet point out entirely. However, after some more discussion, that bullet point was put back in, and the resolution as a whole was approved by the SU Senate. Now, Chancellor Syverud did respond as he was here today, and he said that he would have to talk to other people about whether or not that would be approved, but that we would receive an update by midnight as to whether or not they would take the resolution under advisement and cancel those classes. Now, other than that resolution, this was an emotional meeting today for people in the SU Senate. We had students, faculty, and staff express concerns both condemning and supporting the administration and the way that they've responded over the past couple of weeks to the incidents here on campus. One student saying that, especially after what happened in Theta Tau, that they haven't done enough.
It is the job of the administration to come with concise policies, with concise timelines and concise people and concise actions to solve the problem. And right now that still hasn't been done, so our demands haven't been met. And I just want to make that clear.
Now, guys, what also happened today was we had people representing an ad hoc committee that are responsible for looking at and reevaluating the diversity course here on campus, which has been SEM 100 since the incidents of Theta Tau. Now, what they're looking at here is to update it in 3 ways, at least 2 of which are to ensure that they are improving the first-year experience for students here on campus and that people feel welcome in their transition to campus life. They have set out a timeline in which that they will be looking to implement these changes, and they wanted to emphasize that they wanted help from faculty here on campus, including deans and other high-ranking officials from every school here on campus, so that they can implement meaningful change to that course. From outside Maxwell Hall, Conor Wight, CitrusTV News.
Thanks, Conor. And the Syracuse men's basketball team has tweeted that the entire team will be wearing black warm-up shirts in support of the Not Again SU movement. They are shown on your screen here.
Elijah Hughes saying the team wants to, quote, show support for our fellow students and all those who are working towards ensuring a safe and welcoming community. And the racist incidents continue to attract the attention of politicians. Presidential candidate and SU law alum Joe Biden sharing his reaction via Twitter. The former vice president writing, quote, "I am deeply disturbed by the news coming out of my law school alma mater, Syracuse University. We are truly in a battle for the soul of this nation, and it requires all of us to stand up together as a country against racism and bigotry. We must give hate no safe harbor." Biden earned a law degree from Syracuse University in 1968.
And Biden's not the only Democratic candidate calling for action from SU. Kamala Harris sent this tweet about an hour ago. She writes, quote, "Syracuse's faculty and staff must listen to students protesting for more counselors and a safe and inclusive learning environment free from hate. When young people stand together, change can happen." She ends the tweet with the hashtag #NotAgainSU. Also today, Citrus TV has this statement from Onondaga County Executive Ryan McMahon. He says, quote, "The racist and cowardly attacks impacting our community this past week have no place in Onondaga County. We are a community that celebrates our diversity and recognize it's what makes us stronger. I am confident that the leadership at Syracuse University and our various law enforcement agencies are doing everything in their power to find those responsible and hold them accountable."
The county executive adding, quote, "Everyone is committed to ensuring the Syracuse University community and all of Onondaga County continues to be a place that welcomes, encourages, and celebrates diversity and will never tolerate racism, bigotry, or any form of oppression ever."
Earlier today, the Department of Public Safety sent out this email about a threat made against a faculty member. The email in question used anti-Semitic rhetoric referencing the Holocaust.
According to the DPS email sent today, a joint task force consisting of DPS, the Syracuse Police Department, the FBI, and the New York State Police is investigating the incident. The notice urges anyone with information to contact Syracuse Police directly at 315-442-5111. And the FBI told Citrus TV earlier today they are here to assist in any way they can. Their spokesperson says the Syracuse Police Department is leading the investigation right now, but the FBI will take over if they determine there's been a federal crime.
In the meantime, they are here to provide extra manpower and resources that local agencies might not be able to access. And protesters are still at the Barnes Center. Our Gabrielle Caracciolo joins us from there now to tell us how they're getting ready for the community forum tonight.
Well, some students have already begun to leave the sit-in that's been happening at the Barnes Center at the Arch for over a week. They're headed to Hendricks Chapel, where a community forum will be held with the chancellor at 7 p.m. The majority of students are planning to leave in just a few minutes at 6:30. But they will be having some students stay at the Barnes Center to maintain a presence during tonight's event. Now, how did we get here? On Sunday, we heard from the hashtag #NotAgainSU protesters that they were inviting the chancellor to speak and address their demands at Hendricks Chapel at 7 p.m. Then, yesterday, the chancellor responded in an email to those demands, and in that email, he said that he would have a community forum for members of the university community to come and talk, but that would take place at the Shine Student Center's Goldstein Auditorium from 6 to 7:30, not starting at 7 p.m. like the #NotAgainSU protesters initially wanted. Earlier today, they demanded that the forum take place in Hendricks Chapel at 7 p.m. And this afternoon, we got an email from the university saying that is indeed where it would happen. Protesters are encouraging members to wear all black and to support, bring as little as possible with them to Hendricks Chapel. And they are going to keep some students inside here at the Barnes Center. Now, they told us that they decided as a group this morning whether or not to accept or reject the chancellor's response to their demands. They're going to announce that at the forum tonight, but that answer may change as the conversation evolves over the course of tonight's forum. We will have all of that for you as we know it. Right now, we are unsure if the protest will continue after the forum.
All right, Gabrielle, thank you. We'll have continuing coverage throughout the night. Make sure to stay tuned for our 7 p.m. live stream of the open forum at Hendricks Chapel, where Not Again SU will tell the Chancellor if they accept his demands. Plus, we'll have a special report shortly after the meeting.
You can watch us on channel 14.1 if you're on campus or at citrustv.com/live. In the meantime, be sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at CitrusTV News for all the latest news. I'm Jenna Bree.
And I'm Jack Watson. Stay tuned.